Tonight, our memo is a call to sobriety, a demand to fidelity to the rule of law, and a firm reminder that leadership is such an integral part of society that any misstep could cause a huge trip. It is very dangerous to have a country's top leadership breathing even a hint of disregard to the law and to be dismissive of court orders when there is a clearly laid down way of going about disagreement with pronouncements of the judiciary. When we have the Kenya Kwanza administration asking, or rather demanding, that the judiciary supports the president's plans, are we asking them to cede independence, to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to the law and the illegalities that have been committed in the matters before them? Are we saying that our judges should bend their way around justice so as to allow the executive's plans to be executed? If they do so, they will be executioners of key pillars in our nation's foundation, the law and constitutional order. Now, one may be mistaken to think that the assault on the constitutional order ends at the country's top leadership or the political class, dismissing whatever and whomever is against them. But that is not the scope of the worrying trend that's being generated. It is only the siphoning of anarchy. What happens if Kenyans all decide when to obey or disobey court decisions based on their preferences, demands, and plans? Imagine a country with more incidents of rowdy gangs running the streets, unmoved by the fact that there are laws. Imagine a Kenya where women, children, and even men are openly, physically, and sexually abused because the perpetrators are not going to let a good law get in the way of an insatiable evil. Or a country where women are being killed, partly on account of their vulnerabilities and refusal to do what their abusers demand. Their cries seem to fall on deaf ears as the president, the man who is meant to be the father of the nation, remains mute on the same for days. Imagine a country where children throw stones at their caregivers and insult them because they're not allowing them to do what they want, despite it being against the rules of the home. Now, you may not need to imagine, as some of these are already our reality, yet we're still on the safe side of the anarchy discourse. Mr. President, may we never get there. Do not play any part in making such things become normalized. You seek to justify your intentions to proceed with illegality by arguing that you made a commitment to the people of Kenya when they appointed you to office. But remember, this commitment is not in the context of a wild, unbridled space. It is a commitment vowed through the sanctity of the Constitution, the very one which you vowed to uphold and protect. President William Ruto held a meeting with the top leadership of the judiciary, led by Chief Justice Martha Koome, and the legislature, represented by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula. The statement released indicated that the leaders of the arms of government will obey court orders. With the statements made by various leaders in the Kenya Kwanza administration, is this alleged commitment to be interpreted as a promise to only abide by favorable court orders? This is not to argue that there are no rogue elements in the judiciary, for indeed there is proof that the halls of justice have harbored lords of injustice. This memo is simply saying that the law of Kenya must be respected and upheld. Let nobody, regardless of who they are, create a hell on earth for a country for future generations. That is the memo.